Hi friends, today we are going to discuss about copying S3 bucket files from one folder to another folder, that is the source folder to target folder. So this is the source folder bucket. This is a bucket tutorial session. Uh, you can see as a folder with app name, and under that one more subfolder flat files. So you can see two files here. From this folder we are going to copy into the bucket name target copy. Under that you can see backup and flat files. So this is all. So now you can see there is no files available. So how you are going to achieve copying from source bucket to target bucket folder? Under that the files is there. So we are going to see uh, in detail the implementation using the lambda function. So this is the lambda function I have created already. So basically I'm using a Boto3 API SDK API as a simplest thing. So if you see here, in the lambda handler, I already defined what is the source bucket and what is the target bucket, like I mentioned before. And I'm using Boto3 client to initialize the client's thing, and to access the resource I define SC and SR specifically. And I mentioned the prefix. This is the source folder path. This folder prefix where we are going to make use of it, I'm going to explain it down under in the code. So, and this is the specific file I have mentioned here for part of our testing. This list of files, we are going to put it in a for loop, and each file will be iterated and will be passed in the response. Basically in the line number 26, what you see, the initial S3 resource initialized with the client side. So we are going to list the object by passing the source bucket and the prefix. The prefix is nothing but just the folder path, just now we have mentioned before. uh, so for example, the first file, if I go back here, and if you go on see here in the tutorials see an app flat files, you see there are two files, books.xml, new underscore industry underscore sac.csv. So it will read one by one file, and the response will be getting it from the actual S3 bucket. So that file keys will be collected in the file keys. That's what line number 28 you can understand with the response. So I'm printing that for our readability. And to verify the file, already we are iterating part of our for loop. So for first file, it will validate with the files key whatever it's written here, and if the file is found from the file keys whatever it's written, it will we are going to collect, we are going to set up the source path and destination key, everything as per the format I have mentioned the line number 35 and 36. And just then the resource already we defined in the very beginning of the Python script, line number 11, you can see here. Using that I am calling the method called method for copying. So here I'm going to pass uh, three argument. One is source information and the target bucket, and finally the destination key. When I'm saying the destination key, this is the folder path we have to specify along with the file name already, whatever we iterated. Now it will be with the full path. So so that we are going to take only base name using the OS library. Okay, so that's once we pass this, the copy can be successfully achieved from the source to target. Okay, so now in case of if there is any mismatch, it will come to else block, and file not found it will appear, and it will proceed for the next file. In case of any other general exception, it will raise an exception and it will stop the process. The error code, it will return as 500, and it will return the corresponding error. If the process completed smoothly, then finally process will be called, and it will say the process completed with the 200 status code success. Okay, so let us try to execute. As I mentioned before, mm, the target copy bucket, under that the folder backup and flat files, you will not see any files. Let us try to run the lambda function here. Okay, so the finally process return, since the program executed successfully with the status code return 200, file copy process got completed. So now let us review the function logs carefully. You can see the file name got printed. Okay, from the first file, when it comes to iteration, this file name got printed from the execution cell. You can see that, and it's collected the total file keys. Okay, this is the base file path, and this is the two files already there from the source bucket name under the path a app flat files books.xml, and this file, and it will verify the first file. Okay, the file is found with the matching this particular file name find in the file key, so it's returning file, and it's successfully copying it, okay, into the target path. Then it's moved to the next file. So the file, this is the source file name, uh, 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 and it's found in the file keys. Then it's copying into the bucket and copies successfully. So thus the specific files verifying in iteratively and getting the response, and collecting and checking the file keys, and verifying each file is available or not, and copying into the target file, target bucket in its corresponding subfolder successfully. Thus we are able to achieve the copying from source bucket folder path under the files to the target bucket, and subfolders is corresponding files been copied. So now we can go back to the target for bucket here. You can see the files have been successfully copied from the source bucket. Okay. Thank you friends, hope this video is really helpful. I'll share the script for your reference in case for any other similar uh, um, need is required for you to achieve it, so make use of it. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe my channel.